What's up, everybody? Nonpon here. And, yesterday was the funniest thing. We did a live stream, we did account reviews, did some viewer runs. It was a good time. And then I was doing my own personal runs, just using up my TP. And people were asking me some questions about how I was playing the game. Because when I was doing my runs, I was spamming, and I mean spamming and using the guts button quite a bit. And if you all don't know what guts does, it's kind of like your 1v1 stat. It's not exactly the most preferred stat, but it is useful for the final spurt and some end closers. But the reason why I bring that up is I wasn't using guts to optimally race, right? What I was trying to do is something called a 600 run. Now, a 600 run is basically ensuring that you're trying to get your 3-star sparks as fast as possible in the game. And right now, I feel like because there's going to be power creep, and it's a natural progression when it comes to gacha games, right? But I personally feel like the best way you can use your TP right now is just to get those 9-star parents. And getting those 9-star parents aren't exactly easy, right? Like you could be pretty unlucky. But I want to show you guys what I do to get a 600 run. And a 600 run basically means you are somehow going to try to complete this campaign with 600 in every stat besides wit. And why do you want to do that? Well, the reason for it is because it is the bare minimum that you need to roll a 3-star spark, right? And I'll show you an example over here because I just got these 2 Orgiris done, right? Over here, I got a 2-star spark, 2-star turf, and then her parents were 3 stars, right? So that's pretty good. This is like an 8-star parent. But something else is that I was going for G1 sparks. And this is like another layer, so I apologize. I'm gonna like kind of overstep my explanations here a bit. G1 sparks, I'll pull up the page over here. They are a random chance of being acquired when you win a G1 race. And every G1 race has a different stat attached to it. And this is very important when you're trying to make a parent, right? Because before I go through this list, before I show you this, let me show you what I mean. So I have some guests I can use, right? And I have this Agnes right here. I used this Agnes a lot before. But if you see here, this Agnes probably just got lucky by getting a bunch of speed and then rolling a 3-star speed. As you can see, there's no G1 sparks on here, or even skill sparks. And as useful as this parent would be for 3-star speed, stamina, and speed again, that's still really good. But it could be so much more. And the last thing I want to do is have you guys go through a situation where you like finally get that 3-star spark you're looking for, and it's not coupled with other powerful G1s that you could have attached on top of it. Like you can see over here on the right side, I have all these extra skills. And you just want to make sure that, you're not just like throwing stats on the character and hoping it rolls. You really do want to try with who you're trying to make a parent of. You want to win those races. You definitely do. And 2 examples of characters I like to use is Orgiri and Rudolph. There are a few examples, but in my opinion, you should probably try using a horse that can do miles, mediums, and longs. That's what I think. So, for example, like Rudolph, you can build up her mile a little bit more. And the other reason why you want to win these G1 races is because there is an affinity system in this game, right? You know how you have like double circles and stuff? So let's see, if I pick this one, and I think if I pick Airgroove here and I pick McQueen, yeah, different characters have different affinities, but they also will share affinities over here for more stats if they win similar races in their career. So that's also important. Like as a parent, you don't just want to get some stats, hope it rolls, and that 3-star spark, and then you just don't really have much to go off of. Like that's why earlier, I think when I was picking that Agnes, like Agnes had a triangle. Let me double check. Maybe not this one. This has a triangle, right? And while this is still really good, it's not going to be what we're going to look for in the future. Do you know what I mean? So the reason why I would want you to build a character that's good at miles, mediums, and longs is because there's a good variety of G1s you can win that give you powerful white sparks. And again, it's still a random chance. So I'm gonna pull up this page here. On your first year, you want to go for the pink one. And again, this could be interrupted, right? I don't care. If you're focusing on stats, I understand, right? If you're worried about getting 600 and all stats and you don't want to race, trust me, this is going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. I know that you want to farm stats to try to get to that threshold, but I promise you, winning these races will benefit you in the long run. I promise. And eventually, you're going to get really good at doing 600 runs that, you know, even if you don't win the finals, you're still okay, right? Because you have 604 stats. You're like, okay, I won a bunch of races. It's okay if I lose here. You know what I mean? That's what you want to aim for right now, I feel like. So your first year, you're going to go for the pink juvenile finals because it can give you a speed and power. Always do the hopeful stakes. No matter, I don't care which horse girl you have, right? This is a medium. Unless you can do mediums, always do the hopeful stakes. The hopeful stakes will give you speed and stamina. There's a chance, but you're going to want that, right? You're absolutely going to want that. On year 2, you don't have to do as much. The Mile Cup, you definitely want to do. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. The Japanese Oaks and the Tokyo Yokushin over here, the Yokushin over here gives you more fans, but I don't think it's worth it. You know, when you look at the game and you see that this gives you more fans, you think, oh, I want to do this. But in my opinion, you don't. You really want to do the Japanese Oaks. Get that stamina spark, hopefully, right? Hopefully. It's going to be more useful than Guts. If you can, the Yasuda Kinnin also gives you speed. You can skip the Kinnin. I'll link this down below. If you have a sprinter, you can do this one. And then the Tendo Show, I do as well because it gives speed. The classics are all kind of okay. You can do the Mile Championship again. So this is still like a really, really good resource. The Victoria Mile, also a great race to do, right? Another Yasuda Kinnin over here, another speed spark, right? You just gotta make sure that when you're making your parent, you are trying to make sure that you're getting 600s and your stats and winning these races, right? So please, just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I want you guys to start off strong. I want you to have good parents because it's going to help you out, right? So, you know, one example I like to do too, I can show you the deck I use, right? So I got to use Rudolph or I can use Ogiri here. Both I already have at A rank. They're okay. But because they can also do a good majority of races. So, I mean, I could do Ogiri here, right? And I don't, if you guys want me to do a 600 run, I can. I'm not sure. Would you guys like to watch that? I can do 600 runs to give you a preview of it. But I think this time I'm just going to try to be as informable as possible, right? Because I kind of throw a lot of 50-minute videos at you guys. I just want to respect your time for this one. So if you want that, just let me know down below. You know, whatever I can do to help out. But yeah, here I would use my Air Groove here that has a 3-star spark and some other cups here. Like, look, Queen Elizabeth cup over here, stamina, right? So it's lucky, right? It's lucky if it passes down, but it's still useful to have. Okay. And then I think I like using the special week here. The special week is pretty decent down here. Late Surger, Tendo Show, Corner Recovery. All right, cool, right? So this is the deck I use, and I also use like a Super Creek here. It doesn't have to be level 50 because again, you're not really going for the most optimal stats here. This is what I get away with. All right, this is what I use. I use 2 speed cards. I use a power card, and I unironically, I run 2 guts cards because guts is actually pretty hard to raise. It's a very split stat. When you press that button, it's going to raise speed, power, and guts. That's 3 stats that it has to splits from. And it's hard to really concentrate on that stat. And the reason why I was originally making, or like going for guts is because I know in the future that you're gonna want guts, especially because it's so annoying to train. If I can get a 9-star gut parent, that's like 63 guts I don't have to worry about. And that's gonna be important for end closers in the future, but might as well start now. So anyway, this is what I run. You can always like substitute anything you want in here. And throughout your run, you're gonna spam the guts button a lot. I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna try to raise that facility. Guts and power are what you're gonna spam the most. Speed might be your lowest facility starting out. But again, your goal is just trying to get 600 at the end of the career in each stat. And if you only get like 2 out of 4, right? Because don't go for wit. But if you're only trying to get 2 out of 4, that's okay. If you get 3 out of 4, that's still something, right? If you get 4 out of 4, perfect. You know, you're starting to do your 600 runs, and that's great. And I'll show you my like one of my Argiris over here, right? I'll show you an example of like a 600 run I did over here. Here, I'll pull it up right now, right? So over here, I got pretty far. I don't think I finished the finals here, but it was okay. It's okay if I didn't finish the finals because I got 600 in speed, stamina, power, and guts. And what the game is going to do is that when your run is over, it's going to check your stats. It's going to pick one random stat. So it could pick wit if I'm unlucky, but it's going to pick one random stat. And let's say it hit, like over here, it hit guts, right? And then it's going to check the amount of guts I have. And if I just have at least 600, it's a 5% chance of being a 3-star. Yeah, you could go further and go to 1100. You could do that, because then that bumps it up to 10%. But in my opinion, a 600 run is more comfy and easier to do because I've been able to consistently do this with what I have, right? I actually just did 2 back-to-back. I did one right here for my guts, and I did one over, what's this? This is the guts one still. I did one over here. I got speed, right? It's an 8-star parent in total, right? It's 2-star speed, and oh, I'm sorry, some stamina. But still, that's okay, right? That's perfectly okay. So that's what I would start doing right now. When that Kita-san Black card comes out that no one can be quiet about, everyone's going to pull for it and their mother. Might make your 600 runs easier, right? Maybe you don't have to use 2 stamina cards. Maybe you just use the card, right? But that's my advice to you. You don't have to take that advice, but that's what I was doing on stream, trying to get my sparks, trying to get my 9-star parents to be prepared for the future. Because right here, I have like an army of mothers, right? I have an army of mothers, a lot of 8-stars, you know, a lot of, like, this is an 8-star right here, right? That's okay. If it's an 8-star, that's still useful, right? Still useful, even as an 8-star. My Rudolph over here, like, this is another 8-star. Yeah, that's okay too. It's perfectly fine. But just make sure that you're trying to win those G1 races at the same time, right? And I promise it will pay off in the long run. If you do have any questions, leave a comment below. If you enjoy my other videos, stop by a stream sometime. I usually do a lot of full training videos, so you know, I kind of know this game a bit. I like to think I do. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Algorithm stuff, like, subscribe. You know, I'll see you guys next time. All right, you all have a great day. I appreciate you. Let me know how I can help you. Take care.